and without that you're going to have fat around your belly is going to go, and you're going to have beautiful six-pack if you do this consistently. Welcome to Just Beast. I'm your trainer Jasper Bravo. On this video we're talking about how to get abs, six-pack abs at home naturally, without any equipment at home, that is. So first we're starting with the diet, because we are always told that abs are built in the kitchen, right? So of course that's true in a way, because majority of whatever that is covering your abs, that is not making your abs to appear, is usually fats. And these fats, they usually we build them up, or for lack of a better word, or we lose them depending on the type of diet that we are having. So number one, now let me just take you to this very, very fast. On the diet, if you're talking about diet that makes you to have a funny, so much fat around your stomach, it means you're having what is called visceral fats. And visceral fats are the ones that are mainly caused by having too much insulin. Those are the fats that are inside your organs, the ones that are surrounding your organs. They're not the ones, that's the ones that make your stomach look that big. So how do you get rid of this type of fat? Number one, you control your insulin. And how do you control your insulin? We're starting with the number one thing you do is make sure that you don't eat food that usually high in sugar, food that is not digested really fast, food which are in lower like glycemic index. These are those foods that when you eat them, the high sugar food, these are like the highly processed food. These are the food that when you eat them, they indicate to your body that you need to release insulin. And because of that, it makes, since they activate insulin inside your system, it means that insulin is that hormone that shows you that you need to, that regulates the amount of blood sugar you're having. So when you eat so much of these highly processed food which are highly processed with a lot of sugar, which are high in glycemic index, what is really going to happen to you is that you're going to have what is called, your insulin is going to be less sensitive. When you have so much insulin, your insulin become less sensitive. And when your insulin become less sensitive, you suffer from what is called insulin resistance. And when you have insulin resistance, you'll tend to store so much sugar in your system in form of fats. So I know that is quite complicated. This is something we have talked about so many times, but I just need you to get this in short, in that these foods which are highly processed will affect your insulin, will make you have so much insulin, and you'll have what is called insulin resistance, which means your insulin will become less sensitive. And when your insulin becomes less sensitive, you're not able to use so much energy from the sugar, and the sugar is turned or stored in form of fats. So number one, you've declared right now that you're going to reduce those highly processed food, the food which are high in sugar. Then number two, the next thing you're going to do is you're going to stop using seed oil. The type of these seed oil are not oil which are very high in what is called omega-6 fatty acids. And these omega-6 fatty acids tend to make you have so much cortisol. And I'm going to explain to you about cortisol there. And when you have so much cortisol, you're going to have so much insulin. You understand? So one other thing that you need to stop using is seed oil. These are like corn seed oil, the sunflower oil. You guys know those oil that you use so much, but you'd rather replace them with olive oil, coconut oil, and so on and so forth. So why should you replace them with these ones? Because like for instance, coconut oil doesn't have so much omega-6, and when you have too much omega-6 fatty acid in your system, you'll have to have so much cortisol that will make you to gain those fats. So also you need to do what is called, you just stop doing that nonsense called eating those seed oil, and you replace them with those other oil like coconut oil, olive oil, and so on and so forth. Then another thing I'll need you also to do, as far as your diet is concerned, is I need you to eat your foods less frequently. Because when you eat your food so much frequently, what happens to your system is that you're always having so much like your insulin is always activated continuously, and when that happens, it will make you have so much sugar rush in your system, because so continuously when your insulin is always being activated on and off, what happens is that you're going to have what is called insulin resistance again. And when you have insulin resistance, we know what that causes. It makes you to go through what is called gaining those visceral fats. So that's another thing you need to do. Apart from that, another thing you need to do as far as your diet is concerned, so when it comes to this frequency of food, also you can go ahead and do what is called intermittent fasting. Intermittent fasting is that eating duration that is so much condensed. It means you're eating for maybe 8 hours, but if you're somebody who's so much high in weight, let's say you are overweight, I would prefer that you start with OMAD, 1 meal a day. You just choose one high dense with food which has very high quality proteins, and you eat it at once in a day, maybe in the evening or in the morning. Then you save for the rest of hours. This is going to make your blood sugar more stable, and when your blood sugar is stable, you're also going to lose those belly fats. And apart from that, you're also going to eat less calories. And that takes me to the next point about your diet. I need you to be in what is called caloric deficit. Caloric deficit means you are simply eating less than amount of food or amount of calories that you're going to use to maintain your normal bodily function, and which means that the amount of energy that you're going to consume is less than amount of energy that your body needs to function normally. And when that happens, what causes that is your body is going to resort to burning fats so that it can use the fats to produce the extra energy that you need for you to function normally. So how do you get yourself in a caloric deficit? You get yourself in caloric deficit by simply reducing the quantity of food you normally eat, and you measure that. So if you have been eating like so very many 6 big meals, you can reduce them to 3 or 2. Then you see how your body is behaving. If you're still gaining the weight and the fat is still there, you reduce to another, let's now from 4 meals to 3 meals, and so on and so forth, until to a place where now you notice that you're continuously reducing the fats around your belly. So that's how you get yourself in a caloric deficit, which is also very important. Another way that you can also get yourself in a caloric deficit is just maintaining the amount of food you're eating, but now you increase the amount of activity you're taking part in. Because when you increase the amount of activity you're taking part in, you're going to burn more than the amount that you normally burn, and that is going to increase the amount of energy that you need to maintain your body, normal body function. Another thing that I will need you also to do as far as your diet is concerned is I need you to eat a lot of fibers. I need you to eat a lot of cruciferous, whatever the name. The likes of vegetables, the ones like, is it cruciferous or Man, I'm an African and English is not my first language, so that's why I don't know this word. But you know what I'm talking about, like the likes of spinach, broccoli, cabbage. Yeah, those ones, the red cabbage. Those ones are very important because they also help in burning the fats, because they help in reducing blood sugar or insulin. Another thing I'll leave you to do also is eat sprouts. Eat a lot of sprouts, especially broccoli sprouts. Why is that? Because these ones also, they have the ability to increase cortisol in your system, and the cortisol, when is reduced, is going to reduce the amount of insulin resistance, and that one is going to make you have what is called going to put you in a position where you are burning more fats around, especially around your belly area. That is what you need to do in short as far as diet is concerned, and without that you're going to have fat around your belly is going to go, and you're going to have beautiful 6-pack if you do this consistently. And apart from that, also you need to do some workout, and those workout, the video is right here on the type of workout you need for you to burn belly fats and have chiseled 6-pack at home. Thank God.